quick announcement before I do this video. I would like to apologise for how long it's took. This really should have been put up at the end of the year 2010, but it wasn't, and I wasn't going to bother, but a lot of people put some effort into helping me with this, so I thought, you know, just out of respect for them, I might as well still put it up. So here it is. Hopefully if we do an awards video for the end of this year, it will be up at a more reasonable time. I'd also like to apologise in advance that I do have family members downstairs, so if you hear a bit of background noise from them, I'm sorry about that. Right, let's get on with the video. So, as you can probably tell from the title, this is the awards video for the two games that came out in 2010. It's going to be pretty hard to talk about the games that came out in 2010 now that we're in the middle of 2011. But I do remember that 2010 was a really good year for games, and I'm going to do the best that I can. The first award that I'm going to give, to go with the fact that it's the 2010 awards, will be the best game with 2010 in the title. So, as you can probably tell, the only games that really come out that have 2010 in the title tend to be sports games and stuff like that. So, just going to adjust the camera here. So, the best game for me that had 2010 in the title, there was really only one choice. When this game came out, I bought it and I played on it so much. I just thought it was brilliant, and that game is UFC 2010. As you can probably tell, it's a fighting game, and the fighting in it was just absolutely brilliant. The way you control the fighter was pretty much the same as 2009, but they did make changes, and they were improvements. It was definitely better than the game before it, and the game before it was pretty decent too. The graphics were amazing, still am, and yeah, it was just overall a really, really good fighting game. So my award for the best game of 2010 in the title definitely goes to that. Right, the next award is going to be for the best newcomer in 2010. So that's a game which isn't a sequel or a prequel to part of a series or anything. It's a standalone game that just came out in 2010, and the award for the best newcomer is going to be given by YouTube's 15 Master Chief, who also does reviews on the website for me. So yeah, here's his opinion on what game should be the best newcomer of the year.
What's up, guys? This is 15 Master Chief. I'm about to give my awards for the video. I'm going to start off with the best newcomer. Now basically, I was wondering what it was, and then I guess the best newcomer means that it's not a series at all. It's only one game, and it could potentially become a series. And during this year, there is only one game that I thought was the best newcomer and was very refreshing for a lot of gamers, including myself, for people who love the hack and slash action adventure genre. And that game is Bayonetta. A lot of revolutionary stuff with this game. If they do make a sequel for this, many people will stop talking about God of War, and they'll be talking about this game and how every action adventure game should be like this. It brings forth new ideas, including a new sense of combat where you're not limited to just weapons. You also have magic powers, witch time. It's crazy. The game is over the top with fast-paced action the whole way through. There's never a dull moment in this game. You're getting your money's worth. There's so much replay value with this game as well. It's a fantastic game. I cannot recommend this game enough. It is definitely one of the best games of the year, and in my opinion is the best newcomer. So look no further than Bayonetta.
So there you have it. Bayonetta has won Newcomer of the Year, and a very worthy game of that title. Thank you for that, 15 Master Chief. Now the next game will be awarded from me on behalf of a friend. My mate Ben Parker, who sometimes does reviews for the site, has given the award for the best multiplayer game of the year. However, he wasn't able to get some footage done for me, so I'm going to have to give the award on his behalf. So out of all the multiplayer options, such as Call of Duty and stuff like that, he's decided that although a load of games do have good multiplayer, they are nothing new, nothing unique. It's just the same things as before, such as Call of Duty. It's just the multiplayer experience on Call of Duty Black Ops is the same as Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It's just running around shooting people in death matches, whereas this game had a truly original online experience. It was more unique than any other multiplayer game, and this game is Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. So that is the game that Ben has chosen to get the Multiplayer of the Year award. The next award is going to be for the Game of the Year with the best story. This award will once again be given by 15 Master Chief, so here's his views on which game of 2010 had the best story.
Now I'm going to give the award for the best storyline. Now there were a lot of games that had good stories, and you can tell that the people who are making these games are hiring the best writers in the business to create a tale to let you be more immersed into the game and let you fully enjoy the experience. Now there are a lot of games with a lot of good stories, but there is only one that I thought was the best, and that was Red Dead Redemption, folks. Now this game puts you in to the game. It puts you back in time, into the West, and it makes you feel like you are there. And the person who does this for us is John Marston. We connect to him right away. We see all the things he's going through, and we see so many similarities between him and the common person nowadays. And by the end of the game, we feel so connected to him, and we don't want anything bad happening to him, that it just makes you feel more immersed into the game. In addition to the main characters, there's also a large cast of supporting characters that keep this game going the whole way through. And I love every single one of them. I love Nigel West Dickens. I love Seth. I love Irish. They all keep the story going. They have their own personalities, and without the story, I don't think the game would have held up very long. I think it will have lost its appeal. But because of its great storyline, Red Dead Redemption gets the best for its category.
Thank you for that, 15 Master Chief. Unfortunately, I never got to play Red Dead Redemption. I never managed to buy the game. I did want to play it. It looked really good, but I never got around to it. But it does look really good, and I'm sure it was worthy of that title. Now we'll start moving into some exclusives. First off, I will give the award for the best PSP game of the year. So the best PSP game of the year. I have a PSP. I have a few games for it. There's not many games on the PSP I consider worth playing, because whenever I want to play games, I'm normally inside the house, and I just like to play on the home console on my PlayStation 3. So I don't really play that many games when I'm out and doing other things. But there are a couple of games on the PSP that stood out to me. These two that I've got in my hand are pretty much the only games that would have been anywhere near worthy of this award, and that is Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker and God of War Ghost of Sparta. Both of these games were absolutely amazing. Both of them I've given reviews for on the site. Both of them got 4 stars, because unfortunately I cannot find a single PSP game worthy of 5 stars. I'm just not that big a fan of portable games. But out of the two, it was very hard to come up with which one should win the award for best PSP game of the year. I'm a big fan of both series, and it was a very close decision. But in the end, I decided that with God of War, you play through the game, You have an amazing time playing through the game. It's got an amazing story, amazing gameplay, and it's just really, really fun. But then when you play through it, that's it. It's done, and it'll be a while before you pick it up again because you might have forgot the story and want to play through it to find out. But other than that, that's it. Whereas with Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, the story's not the only part of the game. There's so much else to do on here once you've gone through the story. There's all the side missions, just all the upgrading your base and your Metal Gear, the online play as well, which God of War doesn't have. So there's just so much more you can do with this game. So really, this is the only game worthy of Game of the Year for the PSP. So Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker has won that award. The next exclusive, I think, will be the Nintendo Wii, and that award will be given by YouTube's own Gaming Ham, who has very kindly agreed to do this video for us. So here's Gaming Ham's Game of the Year for the Nintendo Wii.
What's up guys, it's your man Gaming Ham, and I'm here with ReviewMyGames.com to give the award for Best Wii Game. I'm honored to give the award for Best Wii Game for ReviewMyGames.com, and here it is. The Best Wii Game of 2010 is Super Mario Galaxy 2. There are a lot of reasons why this game is great, and there's just too much to count. The power-ups, the levels, the additional Yoshi, everything. So, yeah. That's it guys. That's the best game of 2010. Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of the best of awards of 2010 from GameReviews.com. Be sure to check out their website.
Thank you for that, Gaming Ham. Unfortunately, I don't have a Nintendo Wii, so I've never played that game, but I'm sure it is a really good game, or else you wouldn't have given it the award. I don't know if you noticed, Gaming Ham actually mentioned 2 different websites in there, and none of them are the correct one. My website name is reviewmygames.webs.com. I'll put a link in the description. I'll also put a link in the description of 15 Master Chief and Gaming Ham's YouTube accounts. So thank you guys for helping me with this video. The next award will be for the Xbox 360 exclusive of the year. This award was given by my friend Ben Parker again, but obviously he couldn't get the footage, so I've got to give it on his behalf. There were many games that Ben liked, but a lot of them weren't exclusives, and there's only really one exclusive that stood out for him, and that game was Halo Reach. It had taken the best elements of all the previous Halos and combined it into one ultimate Halo game. The story mode was easier to follow than past installments, fun to play, and it didn't suffer from the same sort of repetitive environments and stuff. It was basically Halo but redone so it was better. I've never really been a fan of the Halo games, and I've never played Halo Reach, but Ben says it is a really good game and definitely worthy of the title, so that's his award for the Xbox 360 exclusive of the year. The next award, I think, will be my PlayStation 3 exclusive of the year. Lots of great games came out in the year 2010, and on the PlayStation 3 there were a few standout games, but for me there's only really one that stood out above the rest, one which I thought was just the ultimate game of 2010 for the PlayStation 3. I now have that game in my hand. I purchased this game on the day it came out. I pre-ordered it. I could not wait to get it. When it finally came out, I immediately went and bought it. I've been looking forward to this game for so long, and it didn't disappoint. When I got it, I played through it. I loved it. I played through it again. It still amazes me to this day. The graphics are absolutely amazing. The gameplay is simple, pretty much unchanged from previous games in the series, but it's still amazing to play. And the story is immersive. You want to keep playing, you want to find out what happens. Yeah, it's still simple and easy to follow. You may have had to play previous games in the series to understand the story, but it's still not that hard to get into. And for me, this was the ultimate PlayStation 3 game of 2010, and that is God of War 3. I could write a list on everything that makes this game brilliant, but that'd take a while. It's just an amazing game in my opinion. I think it is absolutely brilliant. It is the best game in the God of War series and the best game on the PS3. Even now as we go into 2011, well, I say go into 2011, that's what I would have said if I bought this video out on time. Even now as we are in 2011, this is still one of the best games. It's the only other game on the PlayStation 3 really for me that stands a chance, which I've played, is Mortal Kombat. That's a brilliant game, but right now this is still to me the best game on the PlayStation 3, and this came out a year ago, so yeah, that's my award for the best PlayStation 3 exclusive of 2010. Now we move on to overall game of the year. So this isn't exclusives, these games could be on any consoles, any combination of consoles. These are just what we think are the best exclusives. I'm just going to get mine out of the way now. I don't play many other consoles, I only play the PlayStation 3 most of the time, and you already know that my favourite game of 2010 on PS3 was God of War 3. So God of War 3 is my overall game of the year, for all the reasons I've just explained, so I just think it's that brilliant. So that's my overall game of the year. Ben Parker's overall game of the year was, let me just find it. Yeah, Ben Parker's overall game of the year was not an exclusive. His favourite exclusive was Halo Reach, but his overall game of the year was a multi-platform game, and that was Call of Duty Black Ops. He thought it had an engaging storyline, addictive gameplay, including online play, which was very, very addictive. And he does say that although it has an engaging storyline, the story mode is probably its downfall, if anything, but on the whole it was his favourite game of the year. Finally, the overall game of the year from 15 Master Chief. 15 Master Chief's overall game of the year is this.
Now I'm going to give my game of the year. This was such a hard decision. There were so many great games this year. This was definitely one of the best years for the decade. And in my opinion, there's only one game that I could pick, and that is Mass Effect 2. This game fixes every single problem from the first game, and it does something no other game has ever done. It puts you into the role of the character you are playing, and your decisions that you make during this game are going to carry off into Mass Effect 3. And if you played Mass Effect 1, your decisions carried on into this game, and you mattered. You as the gamer mattered. Your choices, your actions mattered. And that is what a role-playing game should be. It should put you into the shoes of the character you are playing. And that's exactly what this game did. In addition, we also got a bunch of really great supporting characters. I love every single one of these characters. And we also had a lot of content, including DLC that is still awesome to this day and I still play. If you want a game that you're going to have fun right off the bat and that you're going to play for a long time to keep you busy, even if you've never played the first Mass Effect, I will guarantee you will have an amazing experience playing this game. And even though it is on the Xbox 360 and the PC right now, it will shortly be on the PlayStation 3 early in 2011. So, Mass Effect 2, Game of the Year.
Thank you for that, 15 Master Chief. Being a PlayStation 3 owner, I never really got the chance to play the first Mass Effect, So I wasn't really that into the series. So when Mass Effect 2 came out, I wasn't that bothered about it. I never bought the game, but apparently, according to 50 Master Chief, it is really good. And one of the days, if I have a bit of spare cash on me, I might go out and buy it just to see what all the fuss is about. Those were our overall games of the year. If you thought it'd end there, you're wrong. There is another award to give, and that is for the console of the year. So we shall start off with 15 Master Chief again, who will give his console of the year.
And now I'm going to say what I thought was the best console of the year. Now, in my opinion, it was between two consoles. It was between the Nintendo Wii and the Xbox 360. I don't own a Wii, but I could tell that Nintendo didn't screw around this year. They brought out some of the best games that they have for the system. They got Super Mario Galaxy 2, Metroid Other M, Donkey Kong Country Returns. Because of all these games, I want to buy a Wii now. And that's definitely being a salesman right there. You are pulling out the best games so you can sell your console the best. But then, yet again, the Xbox 360. Many people have gripes with the Xbox 360. They don't like the glitches with the 360. They don't like the red rated depth. They don't like the hardware for the system. But Microsoft paid attention. They made the Xbox 360 slim. They put in the built-in Wi-Fi. They put in more gigabytes. You can store more information on the disk. In addition, they have created their own motionless controller. Motionless controller, the Kinect, where you are able to not use a controller, which is very revolutionary. Even though it's its early stages and it does not have many games for it, it's going to be, and they're going to release a ton of different games that are going to be exclusive for the Kinect that people are going to want to play. And I think that the Kinect is going to sell like crazy because it reminds me of when the Wii first started. People bought the Wii like crazy. I think that's exactly what's going to happen with the Kinect. So, overall, I gotta say the Xbox 360. I just see it going more places. They have a better lineup of games coming out in 2011, and they had more variety in 2010 with their exclusives. So I gotta give it to the Xbox 360 as the best console for this year.
Thank you for that, 15 Master Chief. Now, the next console of the year will be Ben's award for console of the year. He has told me that his console of the year is the PlayStation 3. He just thought it had overall better games, had a better polished look to it. The online's free, and the 3D capabilities at the time he thought were better than the other consoles. So that's his award. Right, now it's time for my console of the year. This will come as a surprise to no one really. My console of the year, in my personal opinion, has been the PlayStation 3. It's the console I own. It's the only one I've really been playing that much. So it was really a pretty easy decision for me. I'm just going to say now that Nintendo Wii didn't stand a chance in my mind of getting this award. Okay, the only thing about the Nintendo Wii that made it anything above any of the others was the motion controller, and the PlayStation Move that came out, although it is pretty much a rip-off of the Nintendo Wii, it's better. So that just knocked the Nintendo Wii out of the running for me. And then we have the Xbox 360, which brought out Kinect, which is an even better motion sensing thing than any of the others. You don't have to use a controller. So that one-upped the Xbox 360 over the PlayStation. Looking at the hardware aspects of all the consoles, the PlayStation 3 is, in my opinion, the best anyway. Plus the fact that the online's free, and yeah, we have recently had a bit of problem with the online, but that's in 2011, so that doesn't count. But yeah, overall in 2010 for me, the PlayStation 3 was just the best console. It has better hardware, better graphics. In my opinion, for the types of games that I play, it had a better lineup of games. Other people are into different games, so some might prefer the Xbox 360 lineup, but for me the PlayStation 3 had a better lineup of games. All in all, for me it was just a better console, so my award for the best console of the year goes to the PlayStation 3. So that's 2 awards to the PlayStation 3, 1 to the Xbox 360 and none to the Wii. Sorry, Wii. That is pretty much all the awards that we've got to give. So that's the 2010 awards video. I think it went pretty well, except for the fact that it came out many months late. But yeah, if we do a 2011 awards video, which we probably will, I hope it will be out on time. So look forward to that at the end of the year. But in between now and then, there should be plenty of other videos for you to look forward to. So I'll see you next time.
As with all of our videos, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see this video and others on my site, along with some written reviews as well. So I'll leave a link in the description if you want to look at it, which you do. So do it. Now.
2010 may have been a great year for games, but let's face it, you can't beat old school.